This is the first time you're walking into an 8-round fight. First time working with Jamie Belt. Let's dive into that a little bit. How has that experience been with Jamie?
Oh man, Jamie is, well, first off, I want to say alhamdulillah. Thank God so much for being here, and I've got to thank Bob Arum, Brad Jacobs, Brad Goodman, and Bruce Trampler for just giving me this opportunity and this platform. But yeah, Jamie is a killer. This camp has been the toughest by far. It's a blessing that I'm able to work with him, and you will see the massive improvement from last fight, this next fight.
Yeah, he's one of the top strength and conditioning coaches. I can't even walk up the stairs anymore here at the Grand Garden, and I see the videos that he posts on social, and I want to vomit.
He would make you run them.
Yeah, no, that's not happening. 8 rounds, though, first time going into 8. Does that change the mindset? Do you change the approach in camp, or is it just business as usual?
I believe it's business as usual because this camp I trained with Kenny Sims, who just fought a 12-round title eliminator. So I'm prepared for 12 rounds this fight. I trained like I'm fighting for a title eliminator because we were doing the same stuff. So the rounds don't really matter. I love more rounds because it's just more experience. Numerically, you could see it that I've done more rounds. I think that's great. But no, it doesn't change anything.
Danny, I'm coming over to you. Danny Rosenberger. You are from Ohio, and your family has an incredible boxing history. Your father, Rusty, was an amazing cruiserweight. Your late uncle, Razor, was an amazing welterweight.
Right.
How excited are you and your family to be here in Vegas on this incredible card?
Thank you, Top Rank, everybody here. Yeah, so mostly my dad, very excited. So he's texting me every day, probably 5-6 times in a row, telling me the magnitude of everything that's going on. And sometimes I'm like, Dad, like I get it. I know who I'm fighting. I know who his grandpa was. Tough kid. Like, I understand, but still, he's so excited, which gets me excited, makes me feed off the energy. I just love it.
Your age and experience, you said, will help you Saturday night. Is this an opportunity? And you said this is an opportunity you don't want to waste. Put that into words. What can we expect from you Saturday night?
Yeah, so I definitely have experience. I have a lot of fights under my belt. I have 9 losses, but don't judge me by my past, everybody. I don't live there anymore, all right? I'm right now. And I won my last 7. I've been working really hard. And I'm hoping my experience in the ring compared to his will give me a little edge. But I know he's going to give me everything he has. I know he's had a good camp, he said. And, so if we put the work in. So we're just excited to get out there and put a show on.
Nico, your last fight went the distance. You put your opponent on the mat, but he pushed you through 6. What did you take away from that fight? Like, you thought that thing was over. We all did. We were all sitting ringside, and that kid got back up, and he was tough, and he pushed you through all 6.
I did not think it was over. I knew he was tough. When he went down, I was expecting him to get up right then. So I knew who he was before I got into that fight. And I'm so happy I went 6 rounds. I was expecting to go 6 rounds that last fight. And again, that's just more experience for me. And he was so tough, but I knew he would be. So I'm very thankful for that last fight.
Danny, Golden String Boxing Gym in Youngstown. We got to give the big shout out to that gym back in Youngstown. What makes that place so special for you when it comes to working out?
So with that, you go down these steps. It's an old, gritty place. You walk in the gym, you're like, oh man, people sweat and bleed in this place. That old Youngstown, Rust Belt type. It's exactly the type of gym it is. Like, you're gonna bust your ass while you're in there.
How many levels underground is it? I get a little claustrophobic. I don't even know if I can cover your camp.
You go down a couple steps and about 5 more.
I don't know, dude.
You just gotta come find out.
What's a typical day in that gym like?
Well, typical in there. So I train usually from 4 to 6. Then I do my strength and conditioning. I do own a masonry company, so I do that all day. The masonry and chimney doctors. Yeah, so I do that from 7 a.m. till 4 o'clock. And then I leave straight from work. I carry brick, block, stone. I do. It's my company, and I go right to the gym after. Then put that work in. The strength conditioning, the running. So my days are pretty full.
It sounds like a Rocky movie montage where we could just send the top-ranked cameras out there. We'll put some music underneath you, show you carrying bricks, and then go to the boxing gym, which happens to be in the basement in Youngstown, Ohio.
Right.
Hey, listen, thanks so much for being here. Nico, one last one for you. You know, and again, I hate to beat a dead horse, but I am, because family has been brought up so much this week with everybody that's on this card. And I think that's what makes boxing so special, is just the families behind all of the fighters. How special is it for you to be back in Vegas? It's your second time, fighting here. You said it's my second homecoming. It's got to be not just something special for you, but I look around and see your family with us here today. How special is it for you guys as a family?
It's super special. I think it's not just Vegas, because obviously Vegas is home now. The fact that it's in the MGM, I'm standing on the grounds where I used to hang out with my family and of course my grandfather. So it's just amazing. The MGM brings back so much nostalgia. It makes me feel that much more powerful. I remember actually seeing Bob Arum years ago come to my grandfather's 70th party here at the MGM. So it's crazy that everything's coming back around, and it's a super blessing.
Well, I imagine you'll have many more appearances in this building. Thank you so much for spending time with us.
Thank you.